Hello and namaste to dear students and all our valued viewers. You are welcome to Teach Nepal. I am Bidur Neupane. Today I am gonna present you a new lesson of compulsory English in grade 11. That is a poem by the Cummings. Who are you, little eye? Here I'll deal with its interpretation, summary, analysis, and question answers. Therefore, I'd like to request you all to watch the video till the end to get the complete understanding of the lesson. Before I begin, I'd like to request you all to subscribe our channel for other many videos and updates, and please press the notification bell to get notified about our new videos automatically. Now let me begin with the poem here. At first, about the author, Edward Esteem Cummings, often called Cummings. He was an American poet, painter, also essayist, novelist, and playwright who has written almost 2,900 poems. It's too many for a writer here. So now let's directly go to the poem here. Interpretation. Who are you, little eye, 5 or 6 years old, peering from some high window at the goal of November sunset and feeling that if day has to become night, this is a beautiful way. Simply, if we uh, just look at this poem simply, there is no such thing. Just a question is being asked here, right? Surface लेभलमा हेर्दा चाहिँ हामी यहाँ त्यस्तो डिप कुरा केही देख्दैनौँ, but when we realize it from in depth, right, or there are two meanings in a poem, right? Denotative and connotative. Denotative is one which is implied or which is the direct meaning, literal meaning, and connotative it's contextual meaning. Contextual meaning चाहिँ अथवा यसले दिन खोजेको इन्डाइरेक्ट अथवा इन्भिजिबल मिनिङ चाहिँ अर्कै हामीले फरक पाउँछौँ. So somebody is asking, who are you, little I, 5 or 6 years old, right? Imko, little I, here it's saying little I, right? So the speaker is asking to himself here, right? Little I. So 5 or 6 years old, peering from some high window, right? तिमी चाहिँ 5-6 वर्षको मान्छे झ्यालबाट हेर्ने, right? अग्लो झ्यालबाट हेर्ने, peering from some high window, अग्लो झ्यालबाट हेर्ने तिमी को हो? At the goal of November, gold means the color of the sunset there, as you can see in the picture. At the goal of November sunset, and feeling that if day has to become night, that this is a beautiful way, right? The way you are looking at the sunset from the window, that's a so beautiful way to get happiness in your life. So in that way, the poet is simply saying these things, or the speaker is talking to a boy, means little I here. But who is the little I? Little I is the speaker himself. It means the speaker is talking to himself, or the speaker is asking to himself, who are you, little I, 5 or 6 years old? In the poem, the poet is somehow old and he's just realizing his childhood. Then when he saw the sunset there, he realized his past, or he realized his childhood. So he asked this question. The setting of the sun or the nature uh, compelled him, or the nature realized him the thing that he had done in the past. So the summary, let me start with the summary. Here I have included some indirect meanings which are implied, which are applicable in the poem. So Cummings' poem, Who Are You, Little I, describes a child looking out a window at the end of the day. It's about nature and the effect it has on the speaker. The speaker of the poem is the person voicing the words, right? Recalling a childhood moment closely connected with nature. Perhaps the speaker is Cummings himself. In the poem Very Little I by E. Cummings, the speaker is the poet and he is addressing himself in the form of his one inner child. As I told you, the inspiration of a brilliant sunrise has caused his childlike wonder to come out. So, child sunrise देख्ने बित्तिकै उसलाई चाहिँ आफ्नो बच्चा बेलाको यादहरू अथवा एक्सपिरियन्सहरू आएको हुन्छ. On the first reading of the beautiful poem, it appears to be about parent watching a child who is looking at a window. होइन कसैले चाहिँ सोधेको who are you little child भनेर सोधेको जस्तो देखिन्छ हामीले जब फर्स्टमा चाहिँ हामी जब स्टार्ट गर्छौँ who are you little I 5 or 6 year old, right? जब हामीले यो चाहिँ question, when we see this, then we feel that somebody is asking question, right? who is looking at the window at the sunrise. However, the poet writes that the child is 5 or 6 years old, and any parent or even any other adult visiting at the home would surely know how old the child is. Additionally, the child is peering from some high window, and we can guess that a 5 or 6 year old child would not be able to see out of a high window. In this way, the speaker himself is watching out, or he's looking out from the window, and he's considering himself as a little child, right? And in that way, while he has written here little I, the poet has written here, he has violated the rule of capitalization, because we always write I in the capital form. I mean capital form election I लाई जहिले पनि, but he is here, he has written little I. यसको आफ्नै एक खालको इन्फरेन्स अथवा यसको आफ्नै मिनिङ छ यसले दिन खोजेको. I'm going to tell this meaning also here, don't you worry. Along with these clues, the small I that the narrator addresses it informs reader that the narrator is not speaking to a child that is of 5 or 6 years old. कोही बच्चासँग चाहिँ कुरा गरिरहेको छैन, that he has found looking out a window. Instead, he is addressing his one inner child, the childlike wonder that lives within him. The speaker was surprised by the beauty of the sunset, and the wonder and the inspiration it has brought him caused him to remember how he used to feel when he was a child. Right? It has brought the memory of his childhood. He asks, "Who are you, little I?" Because it has been a long time since he has experienced this childlike sense of wonder. He is grateful that these feelings have reawakened within him. It means because of the sunset here, or the nature that he could see outside from the window, he could remember his childhood. And he's asking a question himself, "Who are you, little I?" He's asking question to himself. जुन question, "Who are you, little I?" भन्ने छ, उसले आफूले आफूलाई सोधिरहेको छ. It means as a as an adult, he's just realizing his childhood, right? And because you see, he's considering himself as a child, there are he's exploring out his inner child there, or his childishness, because it's been a long time that he experienced his childlike sense, so that he has asked the question to himself. And the poet in the poem there is a semicolon, and it has a special meaning. As you can see here in the poem, after window, we could see the semicolon. And what is the meaning of semicolon here, right? Because the poet wants to change the or just address two different things here by using semicolons. These clues, along with a small I that the narrator addresses, inform the reader. The semicolon between the words here, window and at, expresses or pause between the two main sections or two different parts of the poem. In the first part, the poet asks his question, and in the second part, he goes to further describe the sense of wonder as experienced. Right, in this way, the semicolon has got much significance here. The day turning into dark, night is frightening to a child and even to many adults. Right, पक्कै पनि त्यो दिन रात भएर अँध्यारो भएर जाँदा चाहिँ त्यसले सबैलाई एक खालको डर देखाउँछ. But the poet explained that contemplating the beauty of a nature, right? So such as this magnificent sunrise is a beautiful way to live and to keep away the darkness. एउटा चाहिँ ब्युटीले गर्दा अथवा नेचर नै मान्छेलाई एउटा लोभ्याउने कुरा हो, जसले गर्दा चाहिँ it can help people to live life and keep away the darkness. बट यो कुरा भनिरहँदा ब्युटीले गर्दा ब्युटीले गर्दा मान्छेहरूलाई चाहिँ अगाडि बढ्नको लागि अथवा आफ्नो लाइफमा के कुरा चाहिँ डार्कनेसबाट चाहिँ ब्राइटनेसतिर लिड गर्छ भनेर भनिरहँदा इट हेज सम हाउ डिफ्रेन्ट मिनिङ अल्सो. वी हेभ फाउन्ड द्याट सम पिपल हेभ इन्टरप्रेटेड इन अ डिफ्रेन्ट वे. He then say here the use of little I. किन little I भन्ने युज गरेको छ भन्ने कुरामा I have collected some information here. He then suffers from inferiority complex. Inferior plus inferiority भनेको इन्फेरियर आफूलाई फिल गर्ने खालको एउटा फेनोमेननलाई चाहिँ इन्फेरियोरिटी कम्प्लेक्स भन्छ यहाँ. एन्ड बिकम्स भेरी इन्सेक्योर, राइट? द फ्याक्ट द्याट ही युजेस द वर्ड लिटिल to describe himself and doesn't capitalize any word including I and November, so his feeling of inferiority means आफूलाई inferior अथवा weak अथवा unhappy feel गरिरहेको हुन्छ. At the end, he commits suicide as he says that if day or life becomes night, that is death, that this would be a beautiful way. So he chooses to die rather than to stay suffering in life. This indicates how death could be a solution to an unhappy life. So it means, but though it's not exactly the same, right? Here, some people have interpreted this as his death to the end here or to the night here. So in this way, the poet has expressed his inferiority complex by using or by highlighting the capitalization rule of I there. I लाई हामीले जसरी क्यापिटलाइज गरिन्छ पोइटले चाहिँ क्यापिटलाइज नगरिकन स्मल आई राखेको भएर द्याट इज द भायोलेसन अफ नट ओन्ली द भायोलेसन अफ क्यापिटलाइजेसन बट इट हेज सम स्पेसल मिनिङ उसले आफूले आफूलाई इन्फेरियर सम्झिरहेको अथवा अनह्याप्पी फिल गरिरहेको बुझिन्छ. Let's see the analysis and theme here. You could see it's a reflection of an adult's childhood experience, remembrance of childhood, attitude and perception of a child, role of nature in shaping our mind, sunrise, inferiority complex, as I told you, the loss of youthful attraction. So the poet is having the nostalgia here. Here, who are related, the main idea is that the speaker welcomes the arrival of death in relief from suffering and life, right? Life ma suffer गरेर बाँच्नु भन्दा death choose गर्नु नै राम्रो हुन्छ भन्ने खालको पोएटको फिलिङ पनि बुझ्न सकिन्छ त्यहाँ. Symbols here, pawn is used, and that little I is that not only refers to specific aspects of the poet's personality. Pawn भनेको एउटा wordले different अथवा multiple meanings बुझाउँछ भने here it's called pawn as a literary device. The childlike sense of wonder, but it also refers to seeing the world through the eye of a child, right? Little eye doesn't only refer to the child, but it also refers to the childlike nature or childlike sense of the poet here. Here I have included some question answers. You can be benefited, right? Who can be the speaker of this poem? The poet himself, right? Or Cummings himself. What is Little Eye doing watching out from a window? What can be the relationship between Little Eye and the speaker of the poem? Little Eye, that is the inner child of the speaker, and the speaker himself, the poet himself is the speaker. What is the speaker? Number D. What is the speaker remembering from his childhood days in the poem? Joyful moment with nature in the childhood, right? He's remembering his joyful moment there. Number E, what attitude does the speaker seem to have toward the child in the poem? The child was happy in the past, but as an adult, he is unhappy now. We could see that because he is just remembering or memorizing his past time. Now, reference to the text. Also, I have written the answer in the bold form here, thinking that you would be benefited. What do you think Cummings has placed the semicolon? Why do you think that? I told you the semicolon between the words window and I had expressed a pause between the two main sections. त्यसले चाहिँ pause अथवा एकछिन केही विश्राम लिनको लागि अथवा सेकेन्ड कुरालाई चाहिँ टच गर्नको लागि चाहिँ सेमिकोलन युज गरिरहेको छ. If the speaker is the grown up भनेको एउटा ठुलो मान्छे हो भने why does he ask who are you? Because it has been a long time. Little like तिमी को भनेर किन सोधेको छ भन्दा because it has been a long time that he experienced his childlike sense of wonder. होइन धेरै अगाडि बच्चा बेलामा को एक्सपिरियन्स उसले चाहिँ कलेक्ट गरिरहेको भएर अथवा बच्चा बेलाको एक्सपिरियन्सलाई चाहिँ रिमेम्बर गरिरहेको भएर इट इज आस्किङ द्याट अर यो चाहिँ उसले चाइल्ड लाइक सेन्स अथवा एक्सपिरियन्स कलेक्ट गरेको लामो समय भइसक्यो. नाउ हिज again remembering that. Next is, in this poem, as an adult reflects on the childhood experience. Based on that, what might be the theme of the lines and feeling that if day has to become night? It means the end of the life, we can call here. Right, number D, it has asked you the rhyming scheme, that is AV, AV. Okay, rhyming last word ko rhyming scheme or rhyming pattern ke cha bhanne kura AV, AV pattern. Okay. Explain reference to the text. Next one is here pawn ko kura ahiरहेको छ. I have already discussed that and I have a mention here also. And last one, capitalization ko lower case ko kura आइरहेछ. Why has the poet written little I in the lower form? That is inferiority complex, or that's unhappy life. He wants to show himself as an inferior person, not superior. Okay. Reference view in the text. You can do this on your own because it's somehow critical creative writing. These type of questions might be asked for long answer. So here you have to recall your past memory and interpret the poem on your own. After getting or after watching the video, I think you can do the things on your own. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please, if you have any confusion, any queries about the video, about the content that I have delivered here, please feel free to write it in comment section. Thank you so much for watching the video.